and our captions. Here we are. All right. So placing my hands on my heart, taking in that deep cleansing breath of love and gratitude. So grateful for this opportunity to come together to be the two or more gathered in the name and the nature of love. We're grateful for our willingness to surrender any and all blocks to love, to know that we are perfect, whole, and complete, and so is everyone else. We are grateful for our mighty companions that walk with us and talk with us and lead us and guide us, all of our earthly and heavenly helpers. And we ask that they join us in this very moment, blessing our conversation, blessing everyone here, all who may listen later. And we're grateful to be able to share those blessings and the love that we are with Mother Earth and all of her beings, because we are one. In grace and gratitude, we let it be, and so it is. Amen. So we are still in the Song of Prayer. We're on chapter 2. We're doing the introduction and forgiveness of yourself. And gosh, pretty much the whole introduction I highlighted, but I'm actually going to start with paragraph 2, just the one sentence, and then paragraph 3 in the forgiveness of yourself. So at the very top of paragraph 2, he talks about forgiveness to destroy. And what came to me when I was reading that was the forgiveness to destroy makes the illusion real. So anything we don't like or don't agree with is a sin, in quotes, that needs to be forgiven. And true forgiveness knows that nothing wrong occurred. Everything is for our own good. And in paragraph 3, he says, would you forgive yourself for doing this? Then learn that God has given you the means by which you can return to him in peace. Do not see error. Do not make it real. Select the loving and forgive the sin by choosing in its place the face of Christ. How otherwise can prayer return to God? He loves his Son. Can you remember him and hate what he created? You will hate his Father if you hate the Son he loves. For as you see the Son, you see yourself. And as you see yourself is God to you. So I talked before about I'm working with the resentments that apparently I still have residue of from when Rudy had his kidney transplant, and working to release those resentments and any attachment to any outcome as we are heading to Pittsburgh to that same hospital again this afternoon, so that he can have a kidney biopsy tomorrow. And I'm interested in releasing any residue from the experience that we had before, and know that no matter what the experience is this time or what the outcome of that biopsy is, that everything is working for my good. Everything is working for Rudy's good. And so one of the things that I realized is, I wrote it down. I need to forgive myself for self-imposed responsibilities, because there's so many different hooks and attachments to this whole thing. Being concerned about if he would have to go back on dialysis and what that would mean for the both of us, and how or if he would be able to handle it, because towards the end, before he had his transplant, after 6 years, it was rough. It was really rough for him. And I really don't wish to have to see him suffer like that again. And yet I am still mostly interested in peace and knowing that no matter what happens to either one of us, peace is the goal. So that's where I'm starting us off. Who else would like to share? Go ahead, Grace.
Yeah, thanks, Linda, for sharing that. And I imagine that's the whole thing's pretty challenging, even though we know, well, we're in a dream and we are creating everything and in our lives. And I had quite a lesson in that the other day. You were talking about how the hospital had been last time. And I brought the past into a present situation, and it really messed it up for me. I didn't realize I was doing it until afterwards. And then I thought, yeah, I was bringing something that had happened in the past right into this present moment. And so I probably just created the situation I'm in right now. So that's that lesson. I had another lesson in forgiveness, and I just realized, God doesn't forgive, and I can stop forgiving if there's absolutely no need for it. So when something happens and ego jumps in like a flash, oh, look at that, I tell myself, well, everything that's happening in front of me is a projection of something that's in my mind. And so just ask Holy Spirit to take that away. And then I don't need to go through the whole forgiveness of Pono 50 times a day. Anyway, yeah, just take that away, the Holy Spirit. Not interested in it at all, because all I'm doing is judging myself. And I know that I am unchangeable innocence. And I just like to breathe that into my heart, because sometimes I read the Course in Miracles, but I don't take it into my heart. And there's some amazing statements in there about me. So when I see one, I go, oh God, I'm unchangeable innocence. God, that is amazing. So that's been actually having a great effect on me. But thanks for sharing, Linda, and we're all with you on your journey to the hospital.
Thank you so much. And what a beautiful demonstration of your own willingness to see the Christ light within you,
Yeah,
as you see it within everyone else.
and vice versa. You see it in others, it reflects on you. I want to see it in me right now, all the time.
Yes.
My perfect innocence, and start my day from that standpoint.
Yeah.
Thanks, Linda.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Who else would like to share? Go ahead, Leslie.
Hi, everyone. Yes, Linda, I'm with Grace. I'm with you there too, honey. Yeah. The thing that just I've been focusing on so much the past few weeks is just non-resistance to the present moment. Because you can handle anything in the present moment. Anything. It's a future that will bring you hell. I really like this section. I highlighted a lot of it. Did you read paragraph 4? I was a couple minutes late. Okay, I'll read paragraph 4. As prayer is always for yourself, so is forgiveness always given you. It is impossible to forgive another, for it is only your sins you see in him. You want to see them there and not in you. That is why forgiveness of another is an illusion. Yet it is the only happy dream in all the world, the only one that does not lead to death. Only in someone else can you forgive yourself, for you have called him guilty for your sins, and in him must your innocence now be found. Who but the sinful need to be forgiven? And do not ever think you can see sin in anyone except yourself. I thought that was pretty powerful. It's always the same thing. You spot it, you got it, you know. I just highlighted, it seems like I highlighted most of this section. I just really liked it. Yeah, so I just wanted to bring that forward.
Yeah, thank you, Leslie. I know I love the first line in 5 where he says, this is the great deception of the world and you the great deceiver of yourself. That you can forgive anybody else because there is no other.
Right. You know, and I just have a little example. I got so mad, and I just don't get mad. Mad is not something I just don't really get mad. I mean, sure, irritating and frustration, which I know are forms of being angry, but anyway, it's a long story. I don't want to get into the whole thing, but basically the bottom line is I thought I was taking my cat, of course, this cat story, to my veterinarian. And I thought I was going to see this one vet, and it turned out I saw a different vet that I had never seen before. I didn't know him. It was a terrible experience. I ended up writing this big, long letter. My vet called me this morning, full of apologies. And I could barely even, I could remember what I was mad about, but it just seems so stupid now, you know? And, you know, when I first heard this vet's voice in the back, I thought to myself, who is that? That was my first inkling that there something I was losing my peace already. I mean, I hadn't lost it yet, but I was going towards the edge of the rabbit hole there, you know. And instead of just taking responsibility, taking a breath, perhaps going out to the front desk, and my cat's there for Prozac, so I don't want him to be waiting for 45 minutes in the vet office anyway. So I could have gone to the front desk and asked who this person was. You know, I could have taken more responsibility for the whole thing. And the thing that tipped me over the edge was it cost me $20 to get his nails clipped. The last time I was there, the nail trim was included. Now it was $20, and $20. I mean, again, it's because I wasn't expecting it. I mean, it was like the perfect storm. And I know my words aren't doing it justice here, but anyway, basically, I freaked out about the $20 and me taking 100% responsibility before hindsight's always perfect, though. I could have said, when they said, do you want us to trim your cat's nails? I could have said, is there a charge for that, or is that included in the visit? But no, I'm just like, do you think they need it? Yeah, they're a little sharp. Okay. I totally can see how I played the victim in all of it, and how I could have been so much more responsible. And truly, when I think about how mad I was at the new vet, I was truly mad at myself. I was mad that I wasn't maintaining my peace in the moment, and I wasn't. And this is like nothing compared to where you're going through, Linda. I just will tell you that right now, that I feel stupid bringing it up even. But I lost my peace, and losing your peace is losing your peace. And had I been in true non-resistance, which to me is the only way I'm ever going to have peace, I could have just dealt with things as they were unfolding instead of just resisting, and then losing it all. Does that make any sense to anybody?
Yeah, Leslie, there I was in my piece last week, floating on the cloud of, I get to my car, there's a parking ticket on it. I don't want to tell you my first word. My second word was dang. And there went my piece in a split second. My first word was not very nice.
Yeah. Mofo comes to mind. I understand. But again, if we're not resisting, if in that moment you could have just looked at the ticket and been like, huh. I could have just seen the $20 charge for the nail trim and went, huh. Next time I'm going to ask if there's a charge for that. Instead of just getting all bent out of shape about it, you know?
Well, I got hit for 50, so I'm more justified in losing my peace than you, Leslie.
But then Grace,
and and my hairdresser charged me $10 to trim my bangs.
Yeah, again, it's expectations. It really
It's
is.
money, and it was abundance.
Exactly. It's all energy. You know how often I've wasted $20 in my life? I can't even tell you how many times. It wasn't the $20. It was that I expected it to be free, or not even. Yeah, I expected it to be free because the last time, because I had recently changed vets to them, and the previous vet had charged me, and I remembered in my mind $8, and then the new vet, it had been no charges part of the office visit. So then this next visit was $20. Again, expectations. It doesn't Jennifer say expectations lead to disappointments? I mean, can I just be in the present moment? How hard is it to just be in the present moment, for God's sakes? Okay, I'm done. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Leslie. Thanks, Grace. Mary Lee, and then Nancy Gale.
I just appreciate what has been shared, because I think especially now we are seeing, and a lot of this is my experience, my opinion, doesn't sound very enlightened, but we're being stretched on everywhere that you go. The same lollipop that was 5 cents yesterday is now 10 cents. Someone else is going to get that 5 cents of yours. And I think we don't like to feel like others are using us, I guess might be a way to say that. I think it's quite human to not like to, the bill is probably big enough. If your vet bills are like my vet bills, it's big enough. And then it's so easy to get pushed over the brink, I think, when you realize, oh, they're not doing this as a kindness. They didn't say, oh, these nails, what did that take, Leslie? I don't know, my cat's nails, and I'm pretty slow cutting his nails, but at the max, a couple minutes, I mean, really. And then just no, that wasn't a kindness coming from their part. It was greed, and capitalism breeds greed. I mean, if one doesn't think about it in that way, that's probably good. But well, if I could only get a little of your money, boy, that'd just make my day. And I hate that that has been thrust on us. It's just one other element of the world that pushes us often to lose our peace. I think money being the medium, there's just a certain amount that feels okay with us. And lately, and by lately, I mean the inflationary jabs at us is coming from all directions at all times. And I think I would have lost my peace in that, just to say, I would have, I'm sure the bill was big enough without adding that, and like, oh, just give us a little more of what you have, that feeling. It's a hard one. And there's many things from the Bible that I think are right on. And of course, we all know what I'm about to say. The love of money. Yeah, the love of money is the root of all evil. And we don't, that love, whether that you believe that or not, it's not, I don't think in that moment you were loving that $20 bill. It was deeper than that. It was like, oh, I'm just being pushed one more notch. And that's really, we all have a breaking point, and you're able to relate it to this passage that you wanna, but I can just really relate with that one, that it seems like it's very, very hard for us today not to just constantly have that particular grind of the world, upset our emotions or ruin our peace. I just really related to that, Leslie.
Well, thanks, Mary Lee. I appreciate your comments, and you're right. I mean, it was what, $250 bill. It was already high enough bill, and I just, again, though, I'm so interested in taking 100% responsibility. I'm so interested in forgiveness and not judging. I did not make it clear when I was on the phone making the appointment. They said that he would need blood work, and I did not say, whoa, I just want the Prozac refilled. I don't want him to have any blood work, and I'm the one that brought up he was drinking a lot. So I have a lot of responsibility in that. And yes, I could judge them for being greedy. I just choose not. I'm just really interested in being 100% responsible and taking all these little opportunities to grow and not lose my peace. It's challenging. All these little everyday things. I don't have this horrendous smell in my house like some people. We won't mention any names, Kathleen. This was just such a little thing, and yet my face got all red. My heart started beating fast. I wrote this scathing letter. I told all my coworkers about it. I told my mom about it. I ranted into my house. I mean, I might as well have gone to war. Seriously, I completely lost it. It's embarrassing. I'm surprised I'm even telling you guys about it, but I'm going to do better next time. And that was just the vet that was calling me that with the blood work. So it's interesting to see what, and the first vet already called me because I written their letter all confidential, and she talked to me for probably 10 minutes this morning. It's very sweet. So this was the other vet that I saw, but anyway, I'll listen to that after the call. But thank you, Mary Lee. I appreciate your support. The greedy bastards. Just kidding.
It's so good that we can laugh. It's so good that we can laugh. Nancy Gale, and then Grace.
I decided not to forgo the meal. I'll put it back in the fridge. This is too good. I was just laughing so hard. It's like we are a comedy routine here. It's like oh, here, you want to hear the question? What is resistant? What is she resisting? I don't get it. Apparently, I don't get it. That's an open question. Anybody go for it?
Nancy, yeah, I was resisting the present moment when I was standing in front of that vet and they handed me the bill and I saw the claws had already been clipped. There's nothing I could do to not get his claws clipped. It was done. Their charge was $20. I resisted. I guess when I say resistance, it's like whatever the present moment is giving you in the moment. Grace, accept that parking bill. The parking bill's there. The vet bill was there. I mean, I could have reacted exactly the same way I reacted as far as my actions, but done it in a peaceful way. I mean, resistance, Mickey Singer is the ultimate when he talks about non-resistance, and it's just, you have I don't know if you still have a hole in your roof or not, but the hole in the roof is there. You have a hole in the roof. Resisting and fighting and screaming and bitching and moaning and hating it is not going to make that hole go away. I'm not saying you don't call somebody, you don't write your letters, but why ruin the rest of my day because of that vet bill. The vet bill was the vet bill was the vet bill. And yet, how many moments of that day, I'm never going to get that day back, ever, ever. That day was not filled with love and peace. Does that make sense at all? Nancy Gill? No?
Yeah, I feel like what the goal is to be loving at all times, and the goal is to be at peace at all times. So resistance is anytime you are not at peace, because the reason you're not at peace is because you are fighting against what is. So you are waging war
Okay.
against
Okay. I got it.
something that you have no control over. The only control you have is whether you remain at peace or not. And, you know, you could take a look at that bill and realize how high it is and go, wow, I must be getting ready to, you know, fall into a pile of cash so that I can pay this vet bill. I can't wait to see how that happens. You know, so we can change our minds.
Right. Even thank God I have the money for it. Excellent. Good. I'm grateful. My cat's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the only thing we do have, and that's a great explanation, Linda. The only thing we have, we can't control if we get a hole in our roof, but we can control our reaction to the hole in the roof. We can control our reaction to the smell. We can control our reaction to the parking bill. We can control our reaction to the vet bill.
Yeah.
That's the only thing shit's gonna happen. Life happens.
Okay. The thing is with the roof, I'm renting here. This is not my house, and the landlord is not an assertive type person, and apparently this was the third time. This huge, and basically we had this horrible thunderstorm rain thing last night and wind, and I'm just sitting there there's like 100 feet at least dead tree, and that was the middle part. And it's like, okay, so I'll briefly say, before I moved here, I've been here 2 years this month. Part of that tree fell on the roof next door and put a hole in their living room, and they had, it took a month for the landlord to get it fixed. For him to fix it, and then because it's the neighbor's tree, and he told me, he said that, and then when it happened, a year ago after I moved in here, it fell on the same corner in the kitchen, but it didn't. It just was, and the landlord said, I mean, I've had a couple, 2 or 3 houses, right? It's like, how to do stuff, and that time he told me, I said, the landlord, he said, well, we can't go on their property. I said, who told you that? My insurance guy.
Yeah.
We can't go on there. And
this story, you told us this story last week.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. When it happened this time, I was at peace. I mean, it was like my neighbor up the corner, she said, are you all right? I thought you might have had a heart attack. I said, why would I have a heart attack? It's like, she's that, okay. And I remember when I called him, it was 6 p.m, and I called him, and he was like, I said, Glenn, I said, take a breath, take another breath, and another one. I said, okay. I said, you've got people here now that will support you. No problem. It's going to be all right. I was like, that was me. And I said, later I thought, wow, look at this. Look that's the way I was. Right. I took care of him. Anyways, but so that's why I'm asking, I guess I wasn't resisting. So I just took this resisting. What am I resisting? So that's why I asked the question.
Yeah.
But anyways, Last night I was definitely resisting. It was 6 o'clock at the same time as land, thinking, oh, this time, it's been progressively 3 times. And then when the insurance guy came on that Monday to do it, apparently Glenn had not told him all these different things. He had never reported it when it hit me. So, and it's like, So I wrote down everything the insurance guy said we could do. And he said, if they don't take care of it this time, then the town becomes responsible if in the future anything happens and anybody gets hurt, and their insurance company. So anyway.
Yeah.
I just don't want anybody to get hurt.
Right.
What's the
But
point?
still, all of our job is just to hold the peace and to know that the highest and best is unfolding, no matter what it looks like in the world. No matter what.
I was thinking, oh, maybe I'm supposed to be moving now. It's like I hear Jennifer's stories and I'm thinking, oh, okay.
You never
Anyway,
know.
I'm done.
Yeah, you never know.
I'm done. So
Yeah,
let's
thank you.
go. And I'm praying for you, Linda.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got my official news yesterday. I'm not cured. The modern word is they're not telling anybody it's cured. I'm in resistant. I'm in what do you call it? Remission.
Remission.
You mean I can't declare that I'm cured? No,
Yeah,
we don't.
we're going to declare that you're cured.
That's why I said so.
Right
That's
now.
why I told you.
Yes. Thank you, Nancy Gill. That's
Done. We're done with that. Thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead, Grace.
Okay, I've already had my turn today, so I'm going to keep this very, very short to let other people speak. But I had some realizations with all your shares today, and thanks very much for the stories. And I'm glad you brought that up, Mary Lee, about money, corporations. And I realized just now, I am not in my abundance. Otherwise, I would have laughed at that parking ticket. So it goes deeper than just, going, oh, well, everything's taken care of. It's deeper. I am not trusting that everything I need is provided. And I know this goes back a long way. And the truth is, I do have everything that I need. I get annoyed when I get hit with a fine for something because I feel like it's a waste of money. But that's just a judgment on it. It's just part of the flow of life. And all my needs are always met. So thanks for bringing that up, everybody. And I sometimes have that thought about corporations as well, and greed. And I'm really interested in looking at greed because I noticed myself being greedy. Greedy. Okay, I want to catch a sale, a bargain. I don't want to pay full price, but I could pay full price. It's the state of mind I'm in, and also around food. If I've got a plate of nice food in front of me and I feel full, I think yesterday was like the first time when I was eating with Holy Spirit that I was able to actually leave food on my plate. And that's a little bit shocking when I realized that I will normally fill up until there's no more food on the plate and I don't need it. So I'm really glad to have had that realization today because it's going to awaken me a bit more and draw my attention to something that I could benefit from. And I'm interested if anybody else has noticed anything around the subject of greed. And thanks for all the sharing. I just grow so much with this group.
And I'm muted, talking and I'm muted again. I have had that same experience and realize that it's that lack and limitation thinking. Like if I throw out 2 forkfuls of food, it's not going to deplete my bank account any more or less than it was before. And I love what Linda wrote. Thank you, Leslie, for sharing this simple story we all can relate to. I too have gone to war over the smallest slights. I wish to choose peace, but I don't always take that path. As a business owner, I have experienced many increased expenses that have nothing to do with greed and everything to do with the cost of doing business. It is difficult for the business and the customers to accept these increases. I have a strict budget and I do feel these increases just like others. Yes, Leslie, taking control of our reactions takes a lot of diligence on our parts. I have much to improve in this area. Breathe, patience, choose again. And that's exactly it. I mean, when we notice an increase in things that we're purchasing, I mean, I've noticed, like, we buy all organic foods unless there's not an organic option available because of Rudy's kidney disease. And because I just would like to support those organic farmers. And we are probably spending close to $250 a week on groceries for just 2 people. So, you know, and when we first got the news that Rudy's creatinine level and the BK virus load were way elevated, we had 2 days where we were just like walking around like zombies, and I ended up throwing out some leftovers. And, you know, for a moment I thought, how wasteful. And then I thought, nope, you know what? I'm going to love myself through this. I did not have the intention of throwing out this food that would have been perfectly good 2 days ago, but that's just the way that it is. So, yeah, there's so many ways that lack and limitation, false belief can take hold. I mean, even in one of the silliest things that I noticed when I was healing that, and I'm still in the process of healing it, was that when I would pour my coffee in the morning, I would pour it and fill the rest with milk so full that I couldn't even pick up the cup. Like, there's still coffee, there's still milk. Like, why do I have to fill it so full that I can't pick up the damn cup? There's not anybody that's going to come behind me and steal the rest of the coffee or the milk. But it's just that whole sense of, I need to get the most that I can get because there's not going to be enough. So, yeah, we're healing that, damn it. Go ahead, Kathleen. Oh, you're still muted, sweetie. There you are.
Read paragraph 6. Forgiveness truly given is the way in which your only hope of freedom lies. Others will make mistakes and so will you, as long as this illusion of a world appears to be your home. Yet God himself has given all his sons a remedy for all illusions that they think they see. Christ's vision does not use your eyes, but you can look through his and learn to see like him. Mistakes are tiny shadows quickly gone that for an instant only seem to hide the face of Christ, which still remains unchanged behind them all. His constancy remains in tranquil silence and in perfect peace. He does not know of shadows. His the eyes that look past error to the Christ in you. I just like it going back to the reading because it kind of gets us back on track. I drew a little picture of me looking through Christ's eyes. Just like everybody else, I want to know that the ego cannot be fixed. And someone said that in a talk sometime recently, and I'm like, dong. I can't fix the ego. It's got its own agenda, and it's to rob my peace and to make me angry at other people. And so I can choose peace instead of this. That's my mantra. Sometimes it works. Like I went out and there's my neighbors out there, and I just started bitching about the way that the board is trying to get people to stop putting furniture down by the trash things, but they're not sending any information out to people. And so I'm like, so afterwards I'm like, oh, well, okay, I forgive myself, no big deal. You know, it's just like a way to connect with them. And I could take responsibility for it and put a sign up myself, which I'm thinking of doing. So that was it. That thing about knowing that the ego can't be healed. And then Kieran J saying we are absolutely responsible for every single thing in our lives. And knowing that I have to be willing to give all that up, you know, to get out of here and go truly home and not reincarnate again, which is my thing, but also just to be happy while I'm here and peaceful. I have to give up trying to change the world and just change my mind about the way I see the world and look at it through Christ's eyes, whatever that means, to see it more peacefully. Yeah. I had another example. Oh, I haven't had a bad smell in the house for a week. Yay. It might still be up there, but if it starts coming down again, I'm not going to get worried about it, because now I know every inch of this house, every inch of the crawl space and under my house. I know exactly where everything is. And there might be one pipe behind one toilet that we haven't found yet. And if I need to, I'll just take out the back of the closet and find the pipe. No big deal. So yeah, and we'll see if it does come back, if I can maintain my peace, but that's my intention. And to be unbotherable. And I like how, Grace, you said you were interested in this, and that's how Jennifer talks. You know, I'm interested in seeing through Christ's eyes, and I'm interested in being peaceful, interested in knowing the truth moment to moment. I'm interested in turning the day over to God, because I don't have a lot to do with my time right now, and that can be concerning to the ego. It can make me feel bad about stuff. So I just am interested in seeing what happens during the day. Like Ted, did you listen to Ted's TED Talk? He's so good. You can find your place between happiness and joy and happiness and peace. Just find your way. Like the way he talks. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Kathleen. I love that. You know, it's the I'm interested is, it feels like a childlike curiosity, you know, and so that makes things so much lighter. And just remembering that there is no degree of difficulty in God, so that you know, an extra $20 on the vet bill, a smell that wouldn't go away for a long time, a parking ticket, or kidney disease, it's all the same. It's all the same. There is no degree of difficulty. So yeah, I'm just going to hang on to that, because I'm interested in peace. Go ahead, Nancy, go.
I just want to add one thing that I keep forgetting, but that is so helpful when I remember it. The word responsible means the ability for me to respond instead of reacting without, because that word, for I don't know how many, the rest of the world, it's like, to me, that normally, you know, acceptance, forgiveness, responsibility always means I'm at fault. I did something wrong. Now I'm to blame. Blame and those words means that responsibility. But I keep forgetting it means I have the power. When I take responsibility, that brings my power. That's my power. I get my power back.
Yes.
And the ability, my power meaning the ability to respond. And I keep forgetting that. But all those words, so I've lived so long with the world definition of those words, those meaning. That's why I keep changing. You know, in a dictionary, there's the first definition, then there's the second definition, blah, blah, blah. They all apply. But we always stop at the first one's the big one, you know. So anyway, I'm done.
Yeah, that's why the lessons are daily. It's a daily practice. And that's why we come together every week. It's a practice, 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 practice over and over again. Go ahead, Leslie.
I just had a question. It's just, has anybody heard from Carla? Strange, she hasn't been on in a few weeks.
Yeah, she messaged me last week that she wasn't going to be able to be on for a couple weeks. I haven't had the opportunity to talk to her, but I will reach out to her after sometime after we get back from Pittsburgh.
And how about
Didn't
Derwin?
she just
Did we do Derwin?
Didn't she put something on there a couple last week or something?
She's still active in our WhatsApp chat. So
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard from Derwin either. I'll poke him as well.
I think Derwin's been pretty busy according to his Facebook posts.
Yeah, it looks like he's
Traveling.
taking on some extra responsibilities at work and maybe some nonprofit stuff that he's working on. So yeah, he's an attractive young man.
We will
He's
send them.
wonderful.
We'll send them both love and blessings for sure.
Absolutely.
Since we're asking about people,
I was going to say the weather report that I saw last night is they were talking about the weather and all the terrible conditions about all over the world. And last night it included the Philippines, and that's where GJ is.
Yep, GJ
So-
and Lazy, yes. And
Oh, okay.
Yep, they're all over
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just are holding everybody in our prayers and knowing peace for all. Kathleen, what were you going to say?
I was just wondering about the 3 people from Australia. Kirill, there's 3 people that were so involved. Lauren, who I co-facilitated with, and Kirill was in our
Kelly?
group, and Joanne.
Oh yeah, Joanne Struckelbuck.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know Joanne is doing some things. She has her own Facebook videos that she's been doing on the lessons,
oh, cool.
and
Hmm.
Kelly.
Oh, Kelly, I hear from.
Yeah,
Wow.
Kelly is still around.
Yeah.
Who is the other one?
Well, Kirill, he was in my group, and he was a amazing student. He would take a lesson, and if he had any resistance to it, he would do it day after day and not switch lessons until whatever it was about that lesson, he got it. I really admired that.
Yeah.
Out of insight.
One of my first prayer partners, Philip Metzler, used to do the same thing. Yeah, it's really cool. Hi, Brenda. Good to see your face.
Hi, Brenda.
Hi, I was just going to say, I don't really speak very much, but I just really am very blessed to be part of this group. So
Yeah.
thank you. I go to a lesson group every day from live from Honolulu, and there's like a handful of us in that group. And so, I am practicing and studying very deeply, and a lot is coming together for me. And you all add that beautiful love and warmth and understanding for me as well about the course. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Brenda. Good to hear from you. Good to see you too. Anybody else?
Well, I might as well ask about Homera. I keep
Where's
meaning,
Homera?
I
Where's
keep meaning to
Robin?
text her.
I
And I
swear, Leslie, I swear to God, I knew you were going to ask that. I don't know why. I was like, she's going to say, I don't know why. Oh my God, it's nice to see you all and hear you all.
Oh.
I'm just trying to listen a lot. I've been in a slump big time, and I'm just trying to stay present. I am still trying to do all the work and go to God, but my faith is being really tested. My brother's out in the streets again, and my faith is being really tested. And it's just this idea of letting go and letting God is just still comes really challenging with me. But thank you for asking about me, and your energy and your love, and just the talks help so much. All of you. I love you all so much. And Linda, I love you so much. And
Aw.
I am praying for you and your husband. And I hope that the hospital visit goes really well.
I'm claiming it will be so.
Yes, I'm claiming it with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Humira, for piping up. I didn't even see that you were on the phone. So it was wonderful to hear your voice and just know your eyes and my thoughts and prayers. And I'm sure everybody else's as well. And I
Thank you.
absolutely, even if you can't believe it, I absolutely know that the highest and best is unfolding for your brother, even if we can't see it.
Thank you. Hold it for me. Thank you, Leslie. Love you.
Love you too, sweetie.
Thank you, Homira, for speaking up, because for the last week I've been thinking about you, wondering.
Oh, love you, Nancy Gill.
Thank you.
Anybody else like to share? Yeah, we are a powerful group. We are a really powerful group. And I know Jennifer says this too, but yeah, just totally you guys are my answered prayer. Because I really don't think that I would be feeling as grounded and centered in this experience without you. You know, having an opportunity to talk about what's going on and being, you know, allowing the emotions, whatever they are, to come up, and knowing that you're all holding the highest and best, just like I am for all of you. You know, it's priceless. We're talking about abundance. It's totally priceless.
That's how I feel, Linda, that you are my family. And
Yeah.
I don't really have that many holy relationships where both people want, or all of us want the same thing. So that makes our relationships holy. And so when I'm dealing with family stuff that might be tricky, I feel I have my family behind me.
Yes.
So I love you all, and thank you so much.
Yeah, me too. Thank you, Grace. Anybody else? One last thing before we wrap up.
Linda, I'm just sitting here listening to everybody and feeling like, well, it's probably too late to say something, but you keep saying, so I'm jumping in, and it's kind of, it feels like petty. Leslie, you started it, so I'll blame it on you. But I loved everybody's, all these different ways that we get mad and upset. And so my little story is, as I'm aging, a suggestion is to use these little wipes. And there's these little teeny things, and they say keep them sterile. Well, first of all, I don't want to be using any wipes. I might just go to a hot hand towel, or, you know, put it in the microwave. But so I'm buying this because it's what's suggested. And my eyes are, sometimes it feels like there's just grit and stuff. So these little pads are supposed to be helpful. Well, when I went to get some, they are so expensive that I was like, what? They're ripping us off again. But I bought the little box and I brought it home. So this morning I was trying to get ready for a group, and I'm like, I don't have time to do this, but I really felt like it would be helpful. So I have to, first of all, you have to get it opened. So that takes some time. So I walked over, I had it, walked over to the sink and was opening it, and the little pad fell out of its wrapper. And I was like, for a second, I was like, and I'm like, no, this is where I'm supposed to stay calm. So I feel like all these idiotic things that upset us are on purpose to help us practice to staying calm. And that's how I'm going to look at these silly situations, or not even silly, taking your pets to veterinarians and just anything, a flat tire, a deer running into your car. There's different levels. And so I went back to the box and I said, I am so grateful. And I could feel myself calm. So I wasn't just telling a story to God. It's like, no, I'm learning how to be grateful. So thank you. So I loved all your stories, and thank you for giving me time for mine. Thank you.
I have a solution. I have the same problem for years and years. My eye doctor, the little cotton pads or cotton balls, whatever, or even a wall, make it as hot as you can with hot water. And what I discovered is, the little bottles of Johnson's baby shampoo, no tears. They told me to use that. Hot water on and anything, just put a little dab of the Johnson's No Tears baby shampoo. Just get a little travel thing. It'll last forever. Put a little on and do that, and that's it. And now I have no problem.
Well, thank you.
Morning and night.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Hot water's just as good, but you don't have any of the little shampoo. But make sure it's no tears.
Kathleen and then Brenda.
Oh, thanks, Robin. I was picturing that little pad just flying through the air and hitting the ground. Anyway, I wanted to say that part of what I did to make the smell go away, I think, is to start loving my house and to see it as around me, surrounding me like loving arms, and to ho'oponopono every room that I walk into, and to just love the walls and the ceiling and the floor, just really love the house. I guess love the smell too, but it was already gone. But anyway, just thanks for reminding me to this is all one, just because we're walking around doesn't mean that this thing isn't as full of movement as anything, so I just wanted to say that. I forgot to tell you, I loved my house back to smelling good.
Beautiful. Thank you, Kathleen. Brenda.
Oh, yeah. Hi. Yeah, so things are really coming together for me, because the other day I was making a little raincoat for my dog, and the whole thing of pins, they have like little white at the end, sewing pins, the whole thing dumped on the floor, and I remained calm. I was surprised. I picked them all up. I finished what I was doing, and I was ready to sew on the sewing machine, and the raincoat was red. There was red thread already set up on the machine. Nice. So, and I felt like, oh, life can be like that, so it's trust and having faith, and a few other things. So thank you all.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Brenda. Yeah, how much better can this life get? That's what I'm looking for. So next week we will be moving on to section 2, forgiveness to destroy. That should be interesting. And I'm going to wrap us up with the Pathways of Light Insights for lesson 206. It's a review of I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. And this week today is salvation of the world depends on me. We are responsible. I will not see the world as free until I see myself as free. That is why salvation of the world depends on me. To be free means to be without limit. God's gifts are given without limit, and so his gifts are the gift of freedom. To know his gift, I must give them as they were given freely and without limit. If I try to be selective about who will receive my gifts, I have lost awareness of what I am as God created me. God created me limitless and free. I cannot limit my gifts without also limiting myself. I was created as love, by which its nature gives without limit. I cannot know the love I am if I believe Some are more worthy of love than others. If I believe withholding love in certain situations is justified, then I have forgotten what love is and what I am. Where God would have his gifts be is everywhere because he is limitless. That is why it is important for me to extend love all the time to all. That is how I save the world and myself. Today, I ask the Holy Spirit to help me see with his vision and offer love in every circumstance, so I may remember I am not a body, I am free, I am still as God created me. As an extension of God's love, we have one function, and that function is to extend God's universal love as our Father does. Our function is not to try to change love, but to be one with it. In lesson 186, Jesus tells us, if God's voice assures you that salvation needs your part and that the whole depends on you, be sure that it is so. Yet are the humble free to hear the voice which tells them what they are and what to do. We are learning we cannot fail when we ask only for God's will for us. God's will for us is shared by everyone. We are all in the same boat together. We are all love and nothing else. We are the salvation of the world as we wake up to the eternal truth. May it be so, as my friend Suzanne says. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody. We'll be with you tomorrow, Linda.
Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Love
Thank
you
so
all.
much. Love you.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.